Hello and welcome! Silrace here to announce a Steam Curator list. Page? Thing? Whatever it actually is. Anyway, for those of you out there who have not been paying attention to what Valve is doing with the Curator stuff, just a little while back they actually released a third category for curators called informational. Previously, you were only able to either recommend a game or do not recommend a game. Basically, positive or a negative review of a game. Now you have that third category called informational, which is not a review, it's just extra information about the game. And this allows me to make the curator page I have been wanting to do for such a long time. Basically listing all the games which have control scheme issues. Things like missing rebindable keys. That kind of stuff. And I do not want to make them as negative reviews on the game. It's one of those things which can be fixed. Obviously, developers out there can decide to, okay, let's add rebindable keys to our game. And then that whole thing is fixed. And I can pull out the game from my curator list. Right? And of course, it's not necessarily a negative thing which affects somebody's decision to buy a certain game, because it might not be a problem for them, but it may be a problem for others, and I want to give this information out to people, because the Steam pages almost never actually list that, by the way, you cannot rebind the keys in this game of ours, okay? Nobody puts that info out on their Steam page of their game, right? Anyway, Steam Curator will be called Control Scheme Issues. Direct group link will be in the description below the video, so if you are interested in following that, then yeah, find the link there. Also, if you're interested in helping me out, because I obviously do not own all the games on Steam, and I do not plan to either, tweet at me. You can find my Twitter also in the description below. Tweet at me the game, and preferably a short description of what the problem is. Completely lacking keybinds, whatever. So now, a brief explanation of why am I doing something like this. Firstly, because there is a lot of people in the world, a whole lot of people in the world, who cannot play various video games because they are lacking in control scheme options. Let's say you are missing the left little finger, right? As in the little finger from your left hand. Try playing a game which forces you to use WSD, Control and Shift. Well, you ain't doing anything with that left little finger because you're missing it. So you kind of need those Control and Shift to rebound elsewhere. And it would be nice if the game already allowed you to do that, so you didn't need some kind of third-party software to do it with, right? How about all the lefties who actually want to use mouse with the left hand because that's comfortable for them, that's something they are used to. And then a game forces you to play with, say, WSD, and suddenly you're in very awkward positioning with your hand and so on. Right? You see my point here? There is a lot of people who need rebindable keys. Myself included. I need rebindable keys to really play games. So when a game like Dawn of War 3, which you are seeing in the background here, releases without rebindable keys, that's an issue. That is an issue which needs to be corrected for everybody who actually needs those rebindable keys. Then there are halfway problems, basically. Games like Skyrim, which has rebindable keys, but you cannot rebind the actual keys you use to assign to your favorites list. Fallout 4, similar problem. And also in Fallout 4, some of the key rebinding does not affect, for example, the settlement building mode. And then you have a similar issue in a game like The Division, where you can rebind all the keys and they work fine, except when you go into some of the menus, like inventory menu, those keys did not get rebound. They are always the default values you see on that menu. You cannot change those keys. And I do not understand why this is as it is. and why it is okay for games to be released without rebindable keys, especially if you are paying $60 or more for those games. I may forgive it for certain small indie devs, but even then, most of the indie games which are good and actually come out actually have rebindable keys, which is awesome. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and for listening. If you are interested in helping me out, as mentioned, please tweet at me. And if you are interested in just following and checking out the list, then you will find the link in the description below. As said, thank you very much for watching and for listening.